Okay, and welcome everyone. This video we'll talk about MakeCode Arcade, which is a cool online editor to build retro arcade games. And I'm Pelly. I work for Microsoft.
I'm Emil.
And Emil is going to be driving the keyboard today. And if you want to follow this video along and you're watching it on YouTube, right click 2 times on the video. So 2 right click and then select picture in picture. Otherwise, yes. Otherwise, make sure you're going to arcade.makecode.com. This works in all the browsers and you can follow along the lesson. And today, Emil, we're going to be doing design concepts. If you scroll on the home screen, eventually you'll see game design concepts. So these are just individual kind of recipes that you can use to build your games. And we're just going to go through them and learn how they work. It's kind of mini lessons about writing your own video games.
Start. First one.
Start. Make your own characters for games. Concepts are creating sprites, image editor, and moving sprites.
Okay, we kind of already learned this.
So sprites can be used to represent characters in your game. They can be anything, any image you want. In this tutorial, you will create the main character for a game and allow them to move with the controller buttons. All right. And this is something you kind of do a lot in a game.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So, sprite. The normal block for sprites.
Yeah, so that's a normal block. So let's see. So we've got on start, and we've dragged out of the sprite category this block.
We need a draw. We don't need a draw.
I think it's the next step.
Okay.
And the way you draw is if you just simply click on the gray button, then you pop up the image editor, which is really cool, has tons of features. You can spend a lot of time here really getting into pixel art. And we can see Emil has spent a lot of time here. It's very impressive skills. This stick figure hero. If you want, you can also get some images from the gallery. Oh, biceps.
Yeah.
All right.
It's buff, and he has like big buff legs.
He's super buff legs. Always famous radioactive color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, kind of mutated a bit.
Mutated. All right.
And then there's also stuff that actually looks good in the gallery. Like
Yeah, let's keep your drawing. That was more personal. Okay, and then when you do that, the simulator is going to restart, but it's not moving. Whoopsie.
Okay. My sprite with buttons. Okay.
The sprite represents the main character in your game, so it should move when the player presses buttons. And that is a block in the controller tab.
Over here. And then...
And we place it after. So it's very important you place it after. First you create your sprite, and then you move it. If you put it on top, if you do like this, it's not gonna work. It's gonna be unhappy. It's gonna. So if you do now, oh, it worked. Amazing. It's just gonna ignore it, but now it works.
Okay. Oh, oops. Okay. Congratulations. Your hero will now walk whenever the player presses one of the directional buttons. Finish.
Finish. And when you finish, you're taken to the sharing. I'm not sure we want to share this.
Yeah, hero.
This is simple. So just exit out.
Hero. We just want to name it.
Oh, yeah. Name is a good idea.
Hero. Oh, yeah.
Hero.
Okay. Oh no, we need to record a GIF too. Why don't we share it? Let's share it.
Sure.
Everybody needs to see. Okay, then okay, we don't know.
All right. And let's go back to home. So that was quick. These concepts are very short. They're used to really focus on one aspect. Let's go all the way back and talk about
Next one.
picnic food. Wait, we're going to learn about coordinates, having multiple sprites, and variables. All right.
bit bigger.
It's a bit bigger. Well, yeah, let's read the text. I know you want to click on OK.
I read later.
Yeah.
But I'm confused.
Sprite can be placed in different locations on the screen. This is done by setting X or Y. The X position rear will place the sprite on the left side. The Y position rear will place the sprite on the top side. So that's really important. This is
So the origin is up there.
the origin is here. I'll show you a cool trick when we do this. And then this is the top, and this is the left. All right, let's see what they want. Okay, we need to create a sprite, so it's the same as the previous. We're using a previous concept. And they wanted to rename it, the variable, to, I think it's a rename, cherry. Okay.
Do we just go to the gallery and grab a cherry, or we draw?
Let's see if that's going to be the next step.
Oh yeah. Oops.
Let's see our hint. Yeah,
Okay, now
open
we
the
draw.
image editor and select the cherry.
You can draw your own image of a cherry or open the gallery.
See what Emil's going to choose this time. Is he going for it? Yep, that's going to be a radioactive cherry.
It's a grape cherry.
It's kind of grape cherry style. Actually, let's use the circle tool.
Oh yeah, let's use the circle tool. Gonna do boop.
It starts from the center, so you probably want to start a bit bigger, yeah. Kind of a circle-ish circle. All right,
Okay,
well,
then we can just
squarish. A squarish circle. Beautiful.
then we just need to like enhance it.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right. That's our cherry.
Okay. Oh,
All right.
Okay, to X25 and Y0.
So if you go in the blocks here, and if you click on the one, oh, see the little warning there? It's because you should be using cherry instead of my sprite. And if you click there, see how it shows you here? So you can kind of select, it shows you also the values. So you kind of figure out what the numbers mean.
So, I mean,
You want X25, 25 and 0. You can also type it with the keyboard. This little image really helps you figuring out where the coordinates are.
Okay.
Oh, you did it.
No!
Just do it with the
Yeah,
keyboard.
just do it with the keyboard.
All right, and this is gonna be 0. And if you look on the screen now,
45. Oh, now we see
Oh,
both
yeah.
cherries.
yeah, because then it is at the center of the sprite. So the center of your cherry is right on the edge of the screen. That's why you only see half of it.
Okay, and then this one I'm gonna do 45.
45. And when it restarts now, you see it's like, this is 120. This is 160.
Create another sprite and name it Chicken.
Chicken.
Okay.
Chicky. New variable.
Refried chicken. Chicken.
Chicken.
Refried chicken.
And you can find an image or draw the chicken yourself. Chicken may be challenging.
No, it's a
Let's
refried
see.
chicken.
Oh, you're just doing a refried chicken
Yeah, I'm doing a refried chicken.
with some ketchup,
So yeah, with some sauces from
some
yesterday.
sauces. Maybe some pretty adventurous sauces. Oh, some guacamole,
Actually, I'm just gonna modify a pre-made chicken.
drumstick.
Big drumstick.
Oh, that's gonna be a big sprite.
Oh yeah, it's very big.
Yeah, there's two versions of these sprites. One is big, one is not big. Right, so we can modify the existing images once we've picked them up. Guacamole, the radioactive guacamole is back.
No, we need to make it look
A bit of gravy.
more fried.
A bit more fried, a bit
Yeah.
more burned.
Some
I don't know
water.
what the blue is. The blue is scary.
Some sauce.
Sauce.
Some raw part. And
Oh, some raw part. The
then-
cook is really not good.
Okay, I think we're done.
Okay, we're done.
Hey, it's kind of in the middle.
It's right in the middle. It's not moving, definitely.
Set to 120 and 80. Oops.
Oops. So to do that, we go and get this position block, change the variable to whoever we want to work on,
And then we're going to do 120.
so that's going to be like around the center,
Yeah.
and 80 is going to be kind of the opposite side. All right.
I think we're done.
All right. So click finish, and I'm going to show you something cool.
Are we going to move them?
Let's not share. Just click that, X that out.
Yeah.
If you go in Sprites, there's a way to turn on a debug mode that. So if you go into, scroll down into the flags, see the stain screen block?
Yeah, where is it? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Drag that down and then select the cherry. And instead of stain screen, show physics and turn it on. And it is going to show you your position.
Ooh.
Now if we move it, we hook it up to the controller, it's very cool because we can see how the position changes. Also how the speed is changing. So if you're debugging
nice. Look at this acceleration.
there's no acceleration, it's constant speed. If you're trying to figure out the position, you can also use this trick and turn on physics on any sprites you want and do that. There's another funny one.
Doesn't that little blue it look like toothpaste? Or some toothpaste?
Yeah, I really don't want to eat that thing.
Okay, do a different one.
Yeah, so what did we see? We learned how to create sprites.
Sprites and coordinates and show physics. Right?
And show physics, all right. That's pretty good.
And rename the sprites.
And renaming, because
that's kind of simple.
well, it's very important to name your variables right, otherwise you don't know which sprite is which.
Sprite kinds on overlap event and game over. Okay.
Game over. You're gonna use overlap events to detect sprites that come together. All right, we're getting closer to game mechanics here.
It's getting longer.
Sprites that are moving will often have situations where two sprites end up on top of each other. The sprite overlap event can be used to handle interaction between sprites when this occurs.
Okay, set princess to sprite. Okay, yeah.
All right, so we're creating a princess sprite. This is like we've done previously. Drag the block, rename it. Princess. Princeress.
Can't spell.
Go in the image editor and draw a princess, I guess.
Think.
Let's see. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's grab the princess. That's
I'll
done.
just grab the princess.
Where is she?
There she is.
There she is. Oh, there's two princesses.
Princess walk. Okay. Okay, yeah, let's just do this.
All right. Super cute.
Okay, we
Good
got
to
that.
go. We're gonna move that princess with the buttons.
Yep.
That sounds very familiar. Wink, wink. Oh look, there's a warning. Do you see that?
I
No.
forgot. Yeah, I moved the princess.
Yeah. Looks good.
Yep. Next. Set my sprite in sprites. Okay, and we're gonna make a pizza.
Let's do a pizza real quick. Drag your variable, select your pizza. Oh, you're gonna rename it? Yeah, rename it. And do the pizza.
The small one, right?
The small one. Otherwise, it's gonna be like 4 times bigger than the princess.
2 times bigger. It's gonna be
Yeah, the princess can move. The pizza is not moving. This looks pretty good.
my sprite position to x0, y0. Oh, okay, yeah.
So now we are using the coordinates of.
Okay, we're just gonna move the.
Just gonna move the pizza away from the princess. So that's gonna be. The pizza is gonna move, and we're gonna put it 140 and 100. And you can actually tab between these text boxes to go quickly. Okay. Oh yeah, we moved it down to the corner. So we're using various concepts we've seen here, creating sprites, moving sprites, and positioning them on the screen.
Okay. Kind food. Okay, so the princess is gonna eat him.
And this is very important. The sprite kind is used to identify what type of sprite it is. So you have different families of sprites in games. You have your players, your enemies, the food, the coins,
the pizza's
the
gonna
decoration. Yeah.
Okay. So we're just gonna grab this block.
Yeah, grab this huge event. And because it's so big, we're going to collapse the simulator for now. And move it to the right here. There we go. I'll zoom in a bit. Okay, now let's look at this event. It says when a sprite of kind player overlaps with another sprite of kind food. So when the princess overlaps with another sprite
Pizza.
of
The pizza.
the pizza.
Game over, lose.
Game over. All right.
Shouldn't we do game over win? Because don't you want to eat, or do you like or is she like on a diet?
That's a good point. I think there might be a step with.
If it's lose, then we do like map or something. Okay.
Actually, it's a very good point. Let's make it a win. And let's do some cool effect. Maybe confetti. Yeah.
Smiles?
Smiles.
Okay. Let's see.
And let's try it.
Yay! I love the smile
You
effect.
win. Yeah.
The smiles are one of my favorites.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So we've learned how to do game over and also how to handle.
Oh, so the point of it is you can't touch the pizza. Ooh, we should do which one and then.
Well, you know what we're gonna do. Hold on.
There's some.
Let's make it harder.
There's some salad, or there's some pizza, and you have to go eat which one.
So
One of them you win, one of them you don't.
let's do something in game update.
Mhm.
So put a game update. We're gonna turn the pizza towards the player and tell it to try to eat the player. So if you go to sprites and you scroll down, there's a follow.
Okay.
Yes.
Set. Pizza follow.
Pizza.
Princess.
Let's see what this does. Uh-oh. Actually, I'm not even sure we have to do it in game update. I think it happens maybe all the time. Let's try it. Oh, yeah.
No, we can't.
Wait, there's a plus. Maybe we can tell it not to be so aggressive. Go back. Speed, yeah.
Okay.
Because your princess is at.
It has to be a little bit slower.
Yeah, a little bit slower.
Okay.
Oh, you
I
went.
moved straight into it. No, boy.
Oh,
Okay,
it has to
90.
be 90.
Oh, God. 990 is a bit too fast. Okay, now he's slow. Oh, my God.
Oh my God, yeah, because it's shorting. 80. And
I think 80 is going to be too slow. Ah, I can move.
let's try it. That's just enough.
Oh, sorry.
You know, if we put some. Oh, you can't escape. No, you can't escape the screen. Can we? Let's keep the princess in the screen.
Yeah, so we're just gonna.
So, how about you collapse the simulator? And we don't need game update anymore. We can get rid of that. And remember, there's an option in sprites to stay in screen. There you go. You can put that
On start.
on start. So the princess should stay in the screen. Let's see. Maybe we can also attach an effect on the princess. She can leave a trail.
I'm gonna duplicate this.
Oh, you want to keep the pizza too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But since it follows it, who cares?
Let's try it. It's good thinking.
Oh, no, that's not good. It's too hard now. Okay, I think the pizza can be a little bit slower.
Yeah.
Boy, you're so slow. He's still like right there. You can't juke him. Okay, 70. 70 will be its terminal speed.
So we're kind of iterating our game here.
Okay. So I feel like a pizza doesn't really fit.
Add an effect on the princess.
Oh yeah.
She leaves a trail. So I think in Sprites you can find a block. Let's collapse the coding. There we go. And
Effects.
effect, yeah. There we go, yeah.
Bottom.
It's princess. And we can do some cool effects.
Um,
Cool radial.
cool radio. Let's see how that is.
Press A. Ooh, that's cuter.
That's nice.
Yeah, the pizza doesn't really cut it.
Yeah.
Should pick something else.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
You know, you could make the pizza much slower, but every 10 seconds you add one more.
Oh yeah, we could. Here, this kind of works.
Yeah.
Okay, it's big.
No. Oh, but the background is black.
I can change that.
You need to change the background.
Just gonna do it at the start.
So if you run out of space, you can always collapse the simulator.
Image to. Oh, can I make my own background?
Yeah. So this is like, you see the grid, it's 160 by 120. So you can draw your own background, use it. Yeah, you may want to use the drawing tools. There you go.
It's a big red circle.
That green. Oh no. Go back to green. It's the eye of the green.
Yeah, something like that. And then I'm just gonna.
There's a hole. Boom. It wasn't completely closed.
Oh. Oops. I'm just gonna undo that.
Yeah, see on top? There's a tiny hole there.
Go away.
It escaped. There we go. Now you can fill it. Let's try it.
There you
Ooh.
go. That looks nice. Very nice.
Very nice. Oh, that's something. All right, so keep going and let's start a download. I'm going to plug in.
You're so fast. We should do that 10-second thing.
What are we going to get here? We're going to get a meow bit. Or actually, how about we get I have a Pie Gamer here from Adafruit. So Emil, can you do a download for the Pie Gamer?
Yep.
We're going to click on download.
Pie Gamer.
Pie Gamer. And it's going to go ahead and create the file that has to go on the hardware. And that's the hardware. That's a Pie Gamer. It's a very cool handheld.
Do I...
Wait.
Do I save link as?
Now you save link as, and you put it into the arcade dash.
Pie
Oh, this
Gamer.
is Pie Game root. All right.
Pie Gamer boot.
And it's going to transfer.
Hopefully.
And now I'm escaping. The princess is escaping.
So every 10 seconds it adds a new one or 5. I think that would be good. But
All right, so let's do that while I'm playing.
and you have to survive for an amount of time. It doesn't look good on the screen.
What's nice is that once you're done coding, you've got your game and you can play it in your pocket. No need for the computer anymore.
Pie Gamer.
Pie Gamer! Super cool Pie Gamer. You'll find it online at Adafruit.
Okay,
Let's go back to the code.
We should do a start countdown, and you have to survive for an amount of time. But every 5, and we're gonna put the speed down to like 30.
So let's see. We're gonna do one thing here, because we're gonna have to create a lot of these pizzas. What we're gonna do is we're gonna create a function, and we're gonna store how to create a pizza. I'm gonna reuse that. So we're gonna create a function. The function is a way to group a bunch of code together and give it a name. So we're gonna call that
make new,
make enemy, or make pizza, or
make mini,
pizza maker, pizza oven, make
enemy.
It's good to have a really good name so that you don't, that's good. So that you know what it is. So let's bring all the code that we use to create the pizza into this function. So if you use control, you can move a block out. That's 1. 2, 3, okay. Yeah, there you go. Yes, yes, and perfect. Now what we want to do is call this function at the bottom of onStart. So if you go back to functions,
yeah,
you can see there's a call make enemy, and we're going to do that in onStart.
Right here.
Now what we've just done in computer science, we call that a refactoring, which is changing code, kind of reorganizing code. What we want to do is that make sure it still works. So let's go in the game and figure out.
Yep.
Yeah, it's still working. Okay, so we can keep.
I'm so bad. I'm losing against a 30 speed. It's a strategy.
So going back to our game, Emil.
Yeah.
What did we want to do?
Spawn one every like 5 seconds, and
Okay.
then have like a 30-second countdown.
Actually, spawn would be a better name for the function. Now I think about it. Spawn.
It looks nice when you have a spawn
Enemy.
and then we have to change
Now
this.
just click out. Oh, it's not happy. Okay. Move that out and bring spawn.
There you
go. Okay. How about, so we want to create a new enemy every 10 seconds.
Yeah, 5.
5
Because it'll
seconds.
be like a 30-second countdown.
So if we want to run something every 5 seconds, I think it's going to be somewhere in game.
Game update every 500 milliseconds.
All right.
I
And
think this goes up to 5, yeah.
okay, let's move all the way to the left. And yeah, so what do we want to do every 5 seconds?
We'll spawn a new enemy.
All right. And how do we do that?
We just...
And that's the really cool stuff about function, is that you can reuse them in multiple places.
Should we make a function for the princess?
Yeah, we could. So let's do that.
Okay.
So create a new function. You'll notice that if you start using functions, your code will be way easier to understand. Make princess.
Spawn princess?
Spawn princess. All right. And we're going to move all the blocks we need there. like to split them apart. Undo. All right. So first one here.
And then move princess.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna do.
Doesn't matter.
Radio.
Yeah, maybe next time we just move them all at once.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Spawn princess. And remember, we remove it, so we need to call the function in onStart.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And we're gonna move it next to the other function so it's organized.
Yeah, if you can zoom out a bit, then we can really organize things. There you go. Organized. Nice and clean. Okay, so we got two functions that create our
I think we should
enemies.
change. You don't really smile when you.
Yeah, you die. It could be
Melt.
Melt. Yeah, melt is a good one. Let's play the game. Let's see how hard it is. Oh, we forgot to do the countdown timer.
Okay, I think after.
Also, they always spawn in the same spot. I think we could improve that.
I think it gets hard after like. Okay, we could slow.
So what about your score is your time?
Oh yeah, your score is your time.
So what we're gonna do is you could play it different ways. Okay.
Okay, so.
Where's the score?
Start countdown.
Yeah. No, there's no more countdown. Basically, you last as long as you can.
Oh, and then how long it lasts is your score.
Yeah.
So is there like a measure?
No, I think we can just keep adding score as time goes by.
Oh yeah. Change score by 1.
Yeah. Where do we put that?
Game update. Every 1 second. There you go.
Okay. Every second you get a point. Let's try it. That sounds good.
Ooh, and then the more like things that are in your screen.
The harder it gets.
No, but the more points you get every second. Like if there's 2, you get 2. Then if there's 3, you get 3. Would that be too hard?
No. We can do that. I think if you go to, it's actually a good idea. So you want when there's only 1 in the screen to have 1, and then when there's 3 in the screen to have 3.
Yeah.
So your points grow.
Oh, I could have gotten like. Okay, let's code.
Okay, so I think I have an idea. If you go in Sprites, let's see what they have. Let's zoom back because this is really small.
Yeah.
So one more time. All right. If you go in Sprite, I think there's a way to get all the sprites from a specific kind. Keep scrolling down. There's a lot of blocks.
Overlaps.
No.
Life cycle.
No.
Image.
Oh, you know what? Let's do something different. Let's keep a variable. And
we'll
whenever
make a
we
variable?
spawn a new one, so we're going to have a variable that holds how many points we give to the
So, like,
user.
We make a new one?
Yeah.
Spawn count.
Yeah, spawn count. And now we're going to, okay, so let's initialize it in onStart.
So set.
Set, yeah. So we start with, where did onStart go? We start with how many? Actually, no, this is perfect. Let's initialize at 0. We start at 0.
And then
Wait. So let's put that at the very top, the tippy top of onStart. Now, whenever we spawn an enemy, we're going to add 1 to it. And where do we spawn enemies? Yeah, so here we're going to add 1 to the spawn count, which makes sense, right?
so we're gonna variables, change spawn count.
By 1. Perfect. So whenever we call this function, whether it's from onStart or game update, we're gonna add a point.
We should start at 1 because there's always 1 in the screen.
Well, you're gonna start 1 because
oh yeah, because
you're gonna call it once.
Spawn. Okay, let's see if it works. It's kind of going fast.
it doesn't work. We're missing something.
I'm missing something.
Let's debug it. All right, let's take a look at our code again. So we have a variable, we're not using it.
And it's going faster than normal.
No, it's the same.
No, because I got 13 points super fast.
It should do double by double, and it doesn't. It's because you're getting good at the game. Are you taunting them?
Yeah. Oh my god, they hit me with like their tail.
All right, let's go back to the code. I think we missed something. We did the variable, but we're not using it. So where is the place we're changing the score?
Here.
No, that's a spawn count. But where is our score block? So we still scored by 1. So here we need to use the variable. Or
like that?
no, you want to use the value in SpawnCon.
Ooh.
The round one. So when you start, you're going to get 1 point, but then as soon you're going to get 2.
There's 2 sprites in the screen.
I think there's 2 sprites created exactly at the same moment.
Okay, we'll do -1.
No, I think what we're going to do is remove it from start.
Okay.
This. Remove this one. Because it gets cold immediately. Let's try it.
Okay, wait, you can... Oh yeah, okay. So, but then it doesn't...
Because the ungame update runs immediately the first time. So now we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
and then 5, 7, 9,
Oh yes.
11.
That's the death zone.
3 points now, 18, 21, 44. Oh, this is good. This game is getting something. It's getting somewhere.
I have to taunt them.
I don't think our game detects that you've got styling. Yeah, they'll get to you. It's funny because they overlap with each other. So you could go like this for a long time. All right, Emil, let's share it. Let's show how this is shared. So
Can we do that the sprites, the enemies can't overlap?
that's a bit harder. That's going to require a full session to do that.
Variable, we're just going to name it Ghost.
I think we're a good time to stop. We're going to do a share, show how we can share the program. So click share. Make sure you record your... Oh, it's not Princess Pizza anymore.
Yeah, it's
Wait. Definite.
Princess Ghost.
Ghost. And when you're in the game, you press R to start recording the GIF. And the GIF will be compiled and added to the link so that if you share that on your...
Let's see. What?
I'll get confused.
That's not that good.
Okay, let's try it again.
Oh, we also caught the new spawn.
All right. Press R when you're ready. No, you have to press R after A. Press R now. Wait. No. Wait. Start again. Now press R. Yeah, there we go. Takes a little bit of practice. Okay, that's a good one.
That was a lot of GIFs.
Oh, that's the best one.
Yeah.
All right, we can publish. And we get this link. Cool thing is, if you have a phone, go ahead and scan the QR code. And you can then open it in your browser.
We can both game together, look.
And it's gonna play the game in your browser. Yeah.
I control beta on the browser too. And now I can play it too.
And can you send it to woo,
Oh, it looks so nice.
full screen, baby? This princess is very agile.
I know, right?
Let's go back to the editor. Let's do it on the hardware mill. So another way to get your game with you is to get one of our hardware arcades and download it. I'm going to replug the board. And what's important when you drag it up is you have to click reset so that it goes into this bootloader mode. So this special screen here, PyGamer. And when this happens, you can, so Emil's going to right click and save link as.
Then you select the drive and bloop.
And now it is blinking somewhere. We can see the blinky light here. It transferred. And we got the new game, which has multi-bad little ghosts. It's actually easier to play here if you want to try it.
What the
And you can
developer?
unplug it. The Pi Gamer has a battery, so
The developer needs to play. It looks decent. I like.
it looks amazing.
Looks nice. These buttons are the best though. They're so fun to click.
There we go. I think I lost Emil, and this is going to be the end of the session today. Thank you for watching, and see you in another arcade session.